Good evening, folks, and welcome to Garbage Theater. I'm Blake, and this is my co-host Chase.
Hello.
And John.
Gentlemen.
And welcome to the Ken Blake Host a Show.
We're gonna find out.
I think I got it. So Surf Ninjas, we watched it.
Oh shit! I watched Surf Nazis Must Die.
Oh well, it's same plot, same thing.
Okay,
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I was, it was funny. Like I really thought that I would have like some big nostalgia hits for as many times as I watched this movie as a kid, and they were there for like the first 10 minutes, and then they were gone very quickly.
I will say, for the amount of times that you and I watched this movie when we were kids, I could not force myself to pay attention to this for more than 10 minutes at a time. Well,
that's cool. I mean, honestly, like I'm just scanning through my notes as I'm talking here, and I didn't write down any characters' names.
Excellent start.
Like, I just have Rob Schneider and
yeah,
because none of it's really important.
That's fine. I couldn't tell you their names anyway.
See,
don't remember their names.
Yeah, but I will say, as bad as this is like one of the better movies I think we've watched on the show.
Nonsense.
Oh, what are we gonna say is better? Like, besides like Buffalo Rider Awards and shit.
Street Trash, Velocipaster, Warriors of the Wasteland.
All right, stop. You made your point.
That Van Damme knockoff.
Knockoff.
All right, never mind. It's better than, to me, it's better than all the ones that we've watched since we started again. How about that?
Oh, two?
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'll agree to that.
Yeah, see, like, off to a good start. So, should I get the shit show on the road?
By all means.
Yeah, let's get the shit show on the road. Or this shit show. Oh, I fucked it up.
Fix it in post. Get a clean one.
Okay. All right. So, we open on the early 90s. A simpler time when teenage ninja movies, stereotypes, and cultural appropriation were all just fine.
Those halcyon days.
Two brothers are surfing, but we know it's not really them, as their stunt doubles look significantly different. A one-eyed bum walks around a beach house suspiciously. The brothers, Johnny and the little brother, I didn't put his name, are now eating
Adam.
Little Johnny.
Adam.
Johnny and Little Johnny.
Are now eating Fruit Loops and being told, no Van Halen before I've had my coffee. But that wasn't Van Halen playing.
I couldn't afford Van Halen.
It kind of pissed me off because at first I was like, you say it's Van Halen, but it's not. But then I was like, well, maybe it's just because he's old and doesn't know who, So I didn't know whether to like give him a pass on that or not, because maybe it's just the dad doesn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
Oh yeah, so the brothers are there's Ernie Reyes, what's his name? Jr.
Ernie Reyes.
Yeah,
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yeah, from the Ninja Turtle movies. And some other kid, don't worry about it, you won't even know him.
You'll never see him again. He doesn't even have a headshot on IMDb.
They had their coffee already, so they're cool. And when questioned on homework, they quickly leave the table. They bring up their morning routine of breakfast, homework, fight. Breakfast, homework, fight. And now it seems they can go on their rascally ways. I remember looking forward to that part about breakfast, homework, fight. Like, I thought that was funny when I was a kid.
Yeah, you were just an idiot child.
I was stupid. Like, it's, I don't know. That's when I think it was already. I was like, uh-oh, this movie isn't as good.
We thought this whole movie was funny as kids.
Right.
I'll tell you this. The parts that we thought were funny as kids aren't, and the parts that are funny now, it's all Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I did not appreciate how Leslie Nielsen was Leslie Nielsen in this movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was lost on me then.
The whole gag of him going up all those goddamn stairs to answer the phone throughout the whole movie was great.
Hilarious. Hilarious. And I have to only assume that, like, they put him in the movie, and, like, I'm assuming that it was totally different. He was like, no, let me show you how to make a comedy.
Yes.
Somebody go get me a phone.
Yeah. I'll show you how to do a phone gag.
Yeah. What a fucking genius.
They gave him nothing else to do, though. It was really depressing. I'm just like, who's this guy? He's like the main villain, and I'm like, what? What's his deal? Like, I don't even get a hint of a deal.
Well,
he's an aged white samurai,
cyborg.
Well, he wasn't a cyborg until that elephant sat on him.
Right.
At first, he was just a elderly white Japanese warlord. And that's it.
Like I said, culture appropriation, totally fine. You could do that.
He is the villain, so.
Yeah. Anyway, as the dad tries to talk some sense into the kids, a mysterious figure sneaks into the home and grabs a knife. Johnny thinks it's a cat, but they don't have a cat. Stupid ass. A surprise, it's Rob Schneider.
Yeah, worse than a cat.
This 40-year-old teenager broke into our house.
This movie is awesome.
and Rob Schneider takes up the mantle of that staple archetype of 90s movies, the kid with no parents who's always around.
And eats all the food.
Yes.
Yeah.
The weasel of this movie.
But if Pauly Shore was in this movie, it would have been so much better.
Yes. I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah. We need to have, now that we're back, can we have a Pauly Shore month or something?
We do bad movies.
I know, but fuck.
Not American film classics.
Look, you. I watched Biodome the other day, and it was just as hilarious then as it is now.
Totally agree. Encino Man never gets old.
No. I so want them to make it the sequel that they all want to make.
I'm just thinking, everybody loves Brendan Fraser right now.
Do it. Now's the time.
Yeah, just do it. Strike now, and it'll do fantastic.
Yeah. The old Encino Man's fallen on hard times.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what it should be. It should be like, they had all these grand plans of becoming like these, successful people. It should be Link is working at like a used car lot selling old cars, and he wishes he was doing Radmobile shit.
Right.
The Weasel, he should be working at Mega Mountain. He should be the panda that they used to harass all the time.
Either that, or working at the corner store trying to keep people from wheezing the juice.
Yeah, but that's what Sean Astin could be doing. He could be working at the corner store. He did not get married to Robin,
right?
And that's it. And it's all been like, what happened to our lives? And they go on like this journey to figure out, to find themselves or some. I don't know. It's there. Just make the goddamn movie.
Damn, Chase. So you gotta make this stuff happen. You gotta write this. Write the script, Chase.
Yes.
Self-actualize.
That I pulled that out of my ass.
Make the
come
art
on,
you
Hollywood.
want to see in the world.
Or maybe they find another block of ice, and it's Jean-Claude Van Damme in there, and it was Link's like fucking nemesis back in time.
He's the evil caveman.
Yeah.
All right, that's silly. Come on.
All right.
Oh.
Well, I wish we could go on talking about that forever, but
let's just give up on this and just flesh out this pretend movie that I hatched in 3 seconds.
Yes. So the kids are leaving the house. They're going to go to school. But ninjas show up in blue camouflage to blend in, and
the ninja outfits in this movie, they just keep escalating. They're eventually wearing like silken tiger print.
Right.
Yeah, that's some Godfrey Ho shit.
That's some Street Fighter shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, the bum with one eye takes out the ninjas, and I will say this: the martial arts choreography is actually pretty good in this movie.
It's fine.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
You got professionals doing it. It's not like they're trying to get Rob Schneider to do it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Eddie Reyes Jr., he's athletic. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's legit. And the bum is his dad anyway, who taught him.
Yeah, senior. Yeah.
Anyway.
Zatch.
Right. Anyway, don't get too comfortable because now it's time to moto surf.
The trend that swept the 90s.
Yeah. I was like, it's not even just a dumb thing that they do, because they're idiots.
Everyone
obsessed with surfing or whatever. Like, it's a crime epidemic.
When they started,
duck from the cops, and there's another car full of teens that got pulled over. I swear, officer, we weren't motorcycling.
Yeah.
The police are stretched thin, battling this moto surfing trend.
It was so weird, like, watching them doing the whole motor surfing routine, and then, like, I was, like, looking around to make sure nobody was seeing me watch that.
Yeah. It's embarrassing
pretty bad
for everyone involved.
Right. So anyway, they pull up at school, and the cops busted some other kids moto surfing because they're fucking losers.
So, well, for the audience that maybe didn't watch the movie, moto surfing is just like standing up in your seat in the car and pretending you're surfing.
Yeah.
And doing 360s.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But it comes back later, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're walking to class and they're trying to come up with excuses for why they didn't do their homework. And Rob thinks it would be cool if he was adopted and his real dad was a king.
Foreshadowing.
The whole thing, they were coming with their excuses, and Ernie Reyes was saying, maybe I'll just tell him I found out I was adopted last night. And Rob's like, you were adopted last night? Or some stupid joke like that, or I don't remember.
Yeah.
So that's why they were talking about being adopted. I left that part out. Obviously, a little foreshadowing there.
In case you didn't think they were blood related to one of DeBear's super fans. That their dad is.
Yeah, I should have I should have brought up that they obviously were not his kids. But I didn't want to be that guy. I don't see people differently like that. Anyway, they're interrupted by a police motorcade and a limo. And oh shit, Johnny realizes he's up shit creek. Which, as I got older now, I'm like, hold up, the dude just said he was up shit creek in a kid's movie.
You should be able to do that.
Just said it in another language. Pretty sneaky. So he's supposed to do a welcoming ceremony for the Baba Ram.
Yeah.
Which, once again, as a kid, I was really excited for this part. But anyway.
Yeah. This was high comedy.
Yeah. So he realizes he's in trouble. Then we get like an interior shot, and he's like in a gym, and we see Johnny teaches is a dick, telling him he better have his homework done, that he should have had everything ready. And he quickly comes up with a whole choreographed routine seconds before going on stage.
Yep.
But first, we see ninjas show up in a garbage truck.
The modern day Trojan horse.
Yeah. In full camouflage, driving the garbage truck. Not suspicious at all. Anyway, cue to music. You hear monks chanting. He's got like the choir behind him, and it's it's very zen. And Johnny breaks out into Barbara Ann instead of Baba Ram because That's hilarious.
But he says Barbara Ram instead of Barbara Ann.
I was having a little bit of fun, but then I realized I was 40.
Not at 9?
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, absolutely. Now we're in the other kid's class, his little brother, and he's supposed to find Spain on a map, but he can't because he's an idiot. I don't even know why he's in the movie.
This movie really does glorify just like not trying at all.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And so while he's just randomly pointing out places on a map that maybe it's Spain, bam, another ninja's outside, but nobody notices him because he's a ninja. And don't worry about it though. The bum shows up and kicks his ass. Crisis averted.
I was thinking, it seems like the entire class has a vision problem. Maybe that's why they can't find Spain. Because they all have, like, catastrophically bad peripheral vision. This is a giant
camouflage. It's the camouflage.
Everybody knows Santa Monica is just crawling with ninjas. It's like nobody cares anymore. Wherever the hell this takes place.
I think we've hit it. I think John hit it earlier. The cops are so spread thin with the moto surfing epidemic that
the ninjas are moving in.
Yeah,
taking over.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard to keep up with all that.
Rolling up in their garbage trucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like then a toothless man tells us all hello and straight into the camera, and all of a sudden we're in a torture cave with a robot shogun or something. And it's Colonel Chi, played by Sonny Chiba. No, it's Leslie Nielsen. And boy, does he have phone problems. Like we mentioned earlier,
best part of the movie.
He had this gag of the phone would ring, and by the time he'd get up there, they'd already hung up, and he'd get back down again, and the phone ring again. He'd hurry up and run back up there. I mean, it was hilarious.
It was classic Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah,
yeah.
That would be right. That would fit right in Naked Gun.
Right. And I was, 40-year-old me was wanting more, but no, the scene just ends after he had his phone problems, and that was it.
Yeah.
Still really don't even know who he is. We just know some weird robot samurai that can't get to the phone quick enough.
I just know I'd rather be watching Naked Gun.
All right, so now the three boys are going to go surfing, but Rob says he needs to wax his board. Apparently he's never surfed before, or he's scared of it or something. They never really, whatever. Johnny and the other kid are shredding some waves when a water ninja shows up. Harshes their sesh with a spear gun.
Gotta watch out for those aqua ninjas.
Yeah. And this whole sequence was done very poorly. They're surfing and seriously a water ninja stands up in waist deep water holding a spear gun, but they didn't see him once again.
Yeah. I'm telling you, something is up with their vision.
Yeah. So Johnny runs him over and somehow doesn't realize what happened and dings his board, so now it's time to go eat. But on their way, the bum aggressively bumps Rob Schneider, and that was the end of the scene. Did they ever say why he didn't want to surf? Or is it just that he was scared? I can't remember.
He was just timid about being able to surf.
Yeah, I think it was more... I don't think he was afraid. I think he just had told them that he can, but couldn't, and then...
Gotcha.
Yeah, they expected him to know how, and he had no idea how, so he didn't want to get outed as a non-surfer in California.
So anyway, they're gonna go eat, and they're at I can't talk. They're at their adopted father's burger stand eating, because they're teenagers. They eat constantly. While taking out the garbage, the other kid, we'll just call him the other kid. That's the younger brother.
His name's Adam. I've said this already.
That's the other kid. He gets scared by a guy who comes if you don't eat your vegetables. Because, there's a stupid joke in there. The bum comes out there and they back slowly into the burger joint and they're like, oh, it's the guy that Dad said would come get us if we don't eat our vegetables. he's a kid and he's aggravating. Anyway, less bum, more ninjas, because the dad recognizes him as Zatch. But then a whole bunch of ninjas make the loudest entrance ninjas have ever entered with. They're jumping through plate glass windows for no reason. There's an open door there, but they're just jumping through the windows anyway.
The door's a bottleneck. You gotta spread out.
At this point, they've gotten away with not being noticed for so long. They figure, what the hell?
Yeah. And at one point, they busted through the windows. There's the open door, and then there's a ninja tries to come through, but instead of going through the already busted out window or the door, he starts punching the frame of the window till he gets in there. I thought that was pretty good. That was Zatch that did that, by the way. He started punching the frame. Anyway, he beats up a few ninjas, and another one drops through a skylight and starts to punch the dad. He says, "You're getting old, Mac." Now we realize that, Mac's involved with the ninjas, too. Which
ninjas.
Right. It triggers Mac's special move, and he puts his ass on the grill and turns up the heat.
He had to use meter for that move.
Yeah. Zatch whips some ninjas' asses with a skateboard because it was there, but this was something I laughed at as a kid and I laughed at as an old man, because while he's doing the whole hi-ya, wah, he throws in the word skateboard while he's doing it. And I always thought that was funny, and it's still funny. Anybody else think it's funny, or is it just me?
No, just you. Just you, though.
Damn it.
Honestly, I didn't catch it.
So. Oh yeah, he's like, wow, yeah, skateboard, and yeah, he hits him with a skateboard. Comedy. Some ninjas approach Rob, and he pretends like he doesn't speak English, and he just acting like he's washing dishes because, like I said earlier, stereotypes are totally okay. And he hits him with a plate.
What is that? Is that like you wouldn't hit a guy that wears glasses, or you wouldn't hit a guy that doesn't speak English, would you?
Yeah. Mac tells Zatch to get the kids out of there while he defends himself with a pot lid and a stool, like he's fucking Samwise Gamgee or something. So he gets the kids out of there, and he brings them under a pier to, like, he's supposed to make them safe. Brings them under a pier somewhere, and then they turn around and he fucked off out of there. They didn't even see him go anywhere. So I guess he's not going to protect the kids. And then the kids walk back to the burger place, and then he's there. Why'd they leave? I watched that like a couple times trying to figure out, like, so they left for 2 minutes and came back and then just gone and it's all okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
this.
I'm sure they just didn't know what to do with this part of the movie.
I just thought it was this, for all we know, Mac is about to die in a burger joint, and he tells them to protect the kids. He brings them underneath some shady pier and then just ghosts them.
Might be some guy blowing dudes down there.
Yeah. Anyway, this is when Zatch tells Johnny and the other kid that they're princes, and holy shit, we're all had our minds blown at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Chase yesterday that this is like ultimate 90s wish fulfillment movie for kids. Like they're the kids every kid wanted to be. They like hate homework and apparently never have to do it. They can surf. They know martial arts inherently without having to work for it at all. And then even though they don't have any drive or ambition, they turn out to be royalty anyway. And they get a Game Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like...
Yeah, that's not that great.
Top tier, dude.
As someone who had a Game Gear,
The Nomad was better.
I wanted to throw away pounds of batteries every day.
As someone who only ever played like some other kid's Game Gear, I thought it was pretty great.
I had the Nomad, and it was you could put the
40
actual,
pounds.
Yeah, the Game Gear sucked, but the Nomad, it was huge, and it sucked up batteries too. But you could just put the Genesis games in it and play them. And that was awesome.
That was the cool thing.
Damn.
Yep. Where are we at? Oh wow, a little inside poker or whatever you call it. Inside, well, I don't know. We're supposed to record this a couple weeks ago, so these notes are old. So I guess everybody's gonna have to watch the movie because the note I have here is Rob Schneider makes a pretty good one-eye joke, but I didn't write down what the joke was.
He makes a few little quips at Zatch's expense.
Yeah.
One in which he breaks the fourth wall for, and it could have been much better if he just broke the fourth wall and didn't say anything.
Well, now I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I want to know what this joke was that was so good that I had to write it down.
I had a note earlier that I was like, the kid's dad told him like, you're not always gonna get out of life's problems with the smooth stuff.
Yeah,
and I thought that was a funny line, but I just wrote joke pending. Never got back to it.
Yeah, because they keep telling their dad that like they love him and shit, and like that. Clearly, they don't, or something.
But it's like he knows it. He knows that they. I don't know the whole. Once again, because I'm not a kid. You know, when I was a kid, that was the smooth stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I could pull the wool over the eyes of my old man like those dudes did. But in the real world, you just get punched in the mouth. No, Now, I think my dad would know who Van Halen was, so automatically, we're better.
Immediately better.
All right, so now, after the one-eyed joke that I'm going to have to go back and find, we're chilling on a beach. And the brothers find out that they're from Patusan, which I tried feverishly to change Patusan into something funny, and I couldn't do it.
I like how all of our jokes are about how we couldn't come up with any jokes.
I mean, it's there, like it's got all the right sounds in the word, you know?
You should be able to do something with it.
Like, it's deceptively close to Poontang, but not close enough.
I just can't bridge that gap.
Yeah, I couldn't force Poontang into it, and then I'm like, maybe Punani, Patusani, like it just didn't work. That was the real tragedy of this movie. Anyway, Patusan, everybody knows what Patusan is, this fictional place ruled by warrior kings, and what the fuck is this guy smiling at? Like, is that the same guy from the torture dungeon? Like
there's a lot of toothless smiles in this movie.
So like they have this flashback to Patusan, and it's another just dude smiling at the camera with no teeth, and it was like the torture chamber guy, but I don't know if it's the same guy. Who knows? Anyway, we're at a ceremony.
The casting calls like must have few teeth.
Yes. We're at a ceremony. Zatch is narrating what's going on with prophecies and eagles, and I'm kind of lost about what the hell's going on. But the other kid says he's lost too, so I don't feel so bad. And then explosions. Colonel Chi and Isis show up. Get some shots of Zatch kicking ass and losing an eye, so that's where the eye went. Zatch tells the boys he was to protect them, and on Johnny's 16th birthday, he would be a warrior king as well. Colonel Chi tries to kill Zatch and the boys. They're babies, by the way, or one of them was a baby. The other one was like a little shit. Tries to kill him while they're escaping, but instead gets curb stomped by an elephant. Mm-hmm. And that's where all the cybernetic stuff comes from.
That was like shockingly, like, kind of brutal. The elephant stepped on his head.
Yeah, they showed it like up until the crunching, pretty much, to their credit. Back on the beach, the brothers are falling asleep, listening to all this world building, but Zach continues. Mac was there, because why not? Guess because he had a boat. He put the kids on the boat. Put the kids on the boat, and they fucked off out of there with him. And that's how we got here. So, Patu-san, they made it seem like, was it far away or was it not far away?
It's got to be far away, right?
I would think it would be far away.
Well, I don't know. Because then what's Mac doing there? Why does he know about this secret kingdom of Patu-san?
He just moved there because he was into that Asian shit.
Oh. Fair enough.
He's probably just some American scumbag who went for like the prostitution they got there.
Just some seaman on shore leave.
Yeah.
Well. Zach wants them to come back to Patu-san and lead the rebellion. But fuck that. They don't want to do that shit. Rob called the cops, so they they go to meet the cops and Tone Loc at the burger place. Once again, I didn't try to learn these people's names. They tell them all about the ninjas, and Tone Loc brings them home because their Uncle Rob is at home. Which, the timeline on that was a little weird, but anyway, I forgive them. So Tone Loc tells them that their dad probably just split, which is what you'd say when they're, you watch your dad just try to save your life with a frying pan. He probably just left. It's fine. He's not dead at all.
I love that. That was so funny to me. Where he's just like, yeah, your dad's probably fine. Don't worry about him, man.
Yeah.
He's chilling.
Yeah, he split. Okay. Anyway, Uncle Rob does an awesome Scottish impression. Comes out in a wheelchair and full like Scottish garb, yelling in an accent to be their fake uncle. Tone Loc knows what's up though, but he leaves anyway, which once again questionable. These kids were just attacked by ninjas. It's just their asshole friend in a costume. But we're gonna go ahead and get the hell out of here.
He's gotta be the shittiest cop there is.
Yeah. Anyway, they're in the house. The other kid, the younger kid, he's pretty bummed out, but thumb wrestling will fix all that. Time to break out the Game Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Shinobi time.
Yeah, the other kid's confused that Shinobi isn't playing, but he can see someone sneaking into his own house, or sneaking near his own house, and killing another kid. Why can't I talk tonight? It's killing a cop in a cop car.
Yeah.
All on his game. They look outside, and the cops are dead, and ninjas are incoming. So, now we know the Game Gear can tell the future. Or can the kid tell the future? Which one's which? We'll never know. So the ninjas are coming. They're trying to get out of there. Zach rigs the house to blow up using the oven and a candle, which, how he knew the timing of that square footage and candles and who knows. But he's a ninja. Whatever. There's a ninja that's easily dispatched in the house, and while leaving outside, another one jumped from the roof, and they just stepped out the way, and he lands flat on the ground. Once again, hilarious at 9, not so much now.
Yeah.
Rob starts yelling about, why did we leave? What if the house explodes? And as they're walking away, the house explodes. So now Rob's thinking, well, he caused the explosion because he said, what if the house explodes? And then he says, what if I lose this power? And we assume he loses the power right then.
Yeah, that's actually what happened.
Yeah. Now, as a kid, I saw that and it was funny. But now that I'm older, I was, and probably because I've done this show for too long, I started actually over-analyzing all the times he said, what if?
Mm-hmm.
And if he did lose the power, but he must not have lost the power because he continued to do it. But was he actually doing something? Or was it all coincidence? I don't know.
Coincidence.
Just coincidence?
Yeah. I'm going coincidence.
I just figured everybody else got some bullshit power. I mean, he had to get something.
No.
And we don't know where he comes from. He could have been Patusani too. Who knows?
Nah.
Yeah. I'm glad I put in way more thought into it than I was seriously trying to figure that out.
I thought the whole sorry.
What the hell was that?
John just killed somebody in his house.
Somebody's trying to get out the murder basement.
I just kicked my space heater.
Space heater?
That'll learn it.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I gotta keep it in here when it gets cold.
Is it on?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say. I need to move further north if that was the case. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the movie. Irregardless. We're back at Colonel Cheese. And we're back at Colonel Cheese torture cave. He almost falls in some water and bitches about how he can't get wet. And then the phone
rings. It's a gremlin.
Yeah, then the phone rings. That damn phone.
This was the best of all of them.
Yeah, he has this hilarious exchange on the phone. It's like multiple people calling, and he's like, every time you think he's talking about the boys, because he's like, yes, find them and kill them. And then like he'll like change lines and he's saying the same thing. You never like he's got a whole list of people he needs to kill.
I have to believe this was all him.
Yeah. Absolutely. Somebody like if you can just find a cut of only Leslie Nielsen in this movie, you'll laugh for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's all he's in the movie. But it's all good.
Yep. That's really the only genuine enjoyment I got out of this movie was
but you
Leslie
know,
Nielsen.
Chase, you're absolutely right. This is all the stuff that I didn't pay attention to as a kid.
Exactly.
And
it flipped.
And it's funny because I didn't pay attention to it. Whenever he fell and almost fell in the water and everything, I wasn't expecting the phone to ring. But when it did, I laughed because it's like the fucking phone's going again. Anyway, and then we leave that scene way too soon. Zach takes the guys to Little Patusan. So this is where it's like, it's supposed to be this, was it supposed to be a hidden place? Or it's just hiding in plain sight? I don't know.
I think it's a hiding in plain sight kind of deal.
They're going to the Imperial Palace, but it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
They meet Gumbay, Poke's friend, which is actually, that's actually a pretty good joke. The dude's name was Gumbay, and he's like, "You mean Poke's friend?" That's pretty funny. I'll give him that one reluctantly.
You sons of bitches, you did it.
Yeah. Gumbay is happy because Johnny's supposed to marry his daughter, so now he's gonna meet her, and of course she's hot, but no green eyes. We know how rare that is.
Yeah. Padusani girls don't come with green eyes.
Right. Oh, shit. So, yeah, that's, of course, it's like, a hot chick that's going to be his wife, and he's pretty jazzed about that. We go to the next day, and the other kid reaches in his 6-demon bag and pulls out his Game Gear. And, it's coming up all ninjas right now, so cue the ninjas. Johnny shows up and starts to fight them off with a food cart, but then his superpowers start to kick in. Now he can kick ass, like John said, without even a lick of training. And now, also, the Game Gear can control real life and give bonus points or some shit.
What does that do?
High score.
So all that's going on, but then Tone Loc shows up again, so they gotta cheese it the fuck out of there.
That old wet blanket Tone Loc.
Yeah. They go get their stereotypical disguises, Raiden hats and whatnot. And
yeah.
But Tone Loc follows them to a boat and tries to bring them to safety, but the other kid, is all Viva Revolution now. He's wanting to go to Patusan and start the revolution. Zatch then spots Tone Loc and scene. That's the end of it. So yeah, their goal now is to somehow get these boys to go back to Patusan to start a revolution to bring the place back from the brink of Colonel Chi's oppression. And I wish I could tell you they explained it better than that, but they did not.
Yeah, there's nothing.
So once again, it's way too short. Colonel Chi has Mac on a table weighing him or some shit, and then that scene's over. We need more Colonel Chi. So then we get this travel montage with dress up and a boat on a map not showing where they are at all. And this is why I was confused about where they are. And I guess it was supposed to be for comedy, but so they show on the boat moving on the map, but it starts on like the East Coast. And then they go through like the Panama Canal and shit. And I'm like, where the fuck are they?
No, the map's just upside down.
Well, then, like, it was one of those reluctant things again. I started thinking, well, maybe it was the other kid using the map, but he doesn't know where anything is. Like they already showed, you know?
He doesn't even know where countries he's heard of are.
We left from Spain and landed in Spain.
Right. So, like, I was like, maybe I should give him a little bit of credit. Maybe that's what was going on. But it'd be better if they, like, showed that what was going on. Yeah. Anyway, I can't fix this movie.
I mean, the movie was so sort of clearly put together in a boardroom or something. They're like, what are the kids into these days? They got ninjas.
Ninjas and food and
video games and surfing.
And Rob Schneider.
While we've been going, I've been glancing at like the trivia on IMDb, and when we wrap this, I am going to go through some of the highlights.
Okay, so. Good. All right, back to it. Land ho, we're at Patusan now. Tone Loc is awake now and wants to join the revolution for shits and giggles or destiny or who knows.
That's
I've checked
fucking
out.
Bonkers.
He is a vacation.
Basically said he was bored, so he's going to join the revolution.
That's not a good reason to join a revolution.
No, it's not. Especially when you, like, as far as Tone Loc's concerned, I mean, Patusanis could be Nazis for all he fucking knows. He doesn't know the background of these people. They could have been gotten out of there for a good reason, you know? Well, I don't know. Maybe Colonel Chi had the right idea.
Why'd they even put him on the boat? Like, just knock him out and leave him on the dock or whatever. Why did they bring him?
I don't know. They needed a name in the movie.
Because that's what the script said.
Yeah, it's just lucky he wanted to join, I guess.
Yeah. Look, Tone Loc was hot during this 8 months of movie releases right about here.
Yeah, like the only other thing.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ace Ventura is the only other thing I know him from.
It's all around the same time.
He played the same character.
Yeah, a detective.
Oh my god, a shared universe.
Maybe
Ace Ventura's stomping around somewhere in the background.
All right, so they get off the boat. They're gonna go hike through this dangerous jungle. So Zatch leads the boys, the princess, and Tone Loc into the jungle trail and lets them know that nobody goes off trail and nobody walks alone. That's a Rings of Power reference, John.
You wouldn't know.
I haven't watched a single second of Rings of Power. And it's not because I'm mad that Galadriel's too short or whatever dumb shit people are saying.
Lord of the Rings nerds do suck.
They do. I'm glad I'm not one of those horrible ones. Anyway, I hum to myself way too much when I'm walking around at work that nobody goes off trail and nobody walks alone. I'm such a fucking nerd. Anyway, they're heading to a cave for the boys' inheritance, which is knives. And Rob gives some awesome commentary about priceless knives, which was actually funny.
That was all right. That was kind of good.
because he's asking, how much is all this worth, and he says it's priceless, and then he goes through. I won't go through all, but he goes through this whole thing like when they're jungle. It's like, man, if only we had something to cut this, but knives are priceless. Get out. They arrive at a burned out village with a few survivors, but they press on.
It's the same village where Shao Kahn showed up to battle the combatants.
I think you're right. Could have been. They're getting close, but the entrance to the cave is hidden. Time to pull out the game gear and play hot and cold. But a monkey steals the game and basically leads the other kid to the entrance, rendering the Game Boy useless.
Is the monkey under the same influence as Game Gear?
I don't know.
I think they're just commenting that a monkey would be a better gift than a Game Gear.
Oh, shit, he should have got a monkey.
They know they're close, they're looking around, the entrance open, and Johnny finds Waldo. Now, Zatch is going to pull a test your might mini game with Johnny to make sure he can use the weapons. Johnny proves he can fight and disarm Zatch and cuts a Z into Zatch's shirt because he can.
Because of those modern
for Johnny.
Those modern 90s references like Zorro.
Yeah.
And Gumby.
So he proves that that his martial arts have fully developed, So now he's just as good as Zatch, I guess. Where are we at? Back on the trail, we see a monkey go up a tree, and they spot ninjas below. A few seconds later, an explosion and a monkey scream. Did they blow up the monkey?
Somebody check on that poor monkey.
Oh my God, the monkey! I was genuinely concerned because there is an explosion and you hear a monkey scream, and we never see the monkey again.
That's film language for he dead.
Yeah, ain't there no more. Rob says, what if someone fell and Tone Loc and the other kids slide down the cliff and are captured? Johnny wants to go down after him, but the princess is catching feelings, so they jump down together. It's fucking stupid fucking movie. So to get the guards away from the truck where Tone Loc and the other kid are, the princess seduces some guards and leads them to Johnny for a few kicks to the face.
That was kind of fucked up.
Yeah. I'm sure there wasn't many hot side pieces on the Patusani Island, and you thought you was gonna get it, and now you're not. Poor fellow. I feel bad for Colonel Cheese, guys.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those, maybe they just found themselves on the wrong side of history on accident. I mean, who knows?
Mm. I feel like if you choose to follow like a white cyborg samurai, there's no way he's like benevolent,
Yeah, but that's exactly the point I was going to make. A white cyborg samurai comes up to you and says you want a job, you say yeah.
Hey, you guys want to do a colonialism?
I wouldn't hear nothing, dude. A cyborg samurai? Sign me up. Something's going to happen.
Boy, it sure is.
Johnny then frees the other kid and Tone Loc along with some other people, and boom, firing squad leads them back onto the truck. But the other kid sneaks away and finds a Jeep. He finally gets to drive. I forgot that he always wanted to drive. I should have said that earlier.
But the man won't let him.
The man won't let him. Johnny kicks some more ass, and they all get away in a Jeep while being followed by ninjas in another Jeep. Rob finds dynamite in the back of his Jeep, and they tell Rob to throw it. So he does, but he didn't light it.
He takes out an entire Jeep of ninjas with it.
Yeah. Yeah, he hits one of them in the head, like turns the wheel, and they all careen down to their death like a Speed Racer episode.
I remember this was like the highlight of the trailer for this movie.
Yes. Then they start throwing lit ones and really start fucking shit up.
Then they start murdering people.
This got dark like real quick.
Well, right after the murders, they stop at some straw cafe or some shit and get fruit and bandanas, and Johnny gets a bandana put on, and the princess is absolutely soaked. Jesus, well, I must have really been tired when I was writing this, because I just have a note that says Kwantsu, dudes. Because that's like the battle cry for these rebels on Patusan, Kwantsu. And so,
just to interject a IMDb fun fact, Rob Schneider came up with that.
Okay. Well, so Kwantsu is their battle cry, but Johnny says Kwantsu dudes, because they're surfers.
Now he's got Kwantsu dudes and you can do it. Those are the two Rob Schneider things that everyone knows.
And he's made quite the career off of it.
Yeah. Apparently Schneider really helped in rewriting this movie into this.
Damn. What a king.
Maybe they had just some random dude as Quan Chi, and Rob Schneider's like, you know who you should really get to be Colonel Chi? Leslie Nielsen. And they were like, okay, we'll try that. Did I call him Quan Chi?
You sure did.
Mortal Kombat on the brain. Or Kwantsu. Either way.
The IMDb thing that points that out says, this movie was originally written as a straight action adventure somewhere between Indiana Jones and the Goonies. But Rob Schneider, along with director Neil Israel, did a rewrite of the film and turned it into this very schlocky, bizarre thing.
Well,
interesting.
Props to Rob Schneider, because this would have sucked as just a straight action movie.
Probably. I mean, based on the product that we got, it's not like it's not like the action shit was like fantastic and it was just corny. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I think they were just throwing a lot of ideas at the wall to see what would stick, because another one says, during development, there was talk about perhaps teaming up Eddie Reyes Jr. with Jackie Chan or Hulk Hogan or fucking somebody. I don't know.
Damn.
Nice. Yeah.
They should have got Jackie Chan.
Yeah. To John's point, it wasn't like they were dealing with the Raid and then they rewrote it into a comedy.
The Raid definitely needed more surfing.
Holy shit. That would have been the most brutal surf sequence ever filmed.
Well, anyway, Kwantsu dudes, they all drive away with a happy little revolution behind them. Everybody's car surfing. We look at a bunch of hippies walking to Woodstock at this point. Everybody's waving flags around and dancing, and pretty weird. Not the way you would think a revolution would go down. Princess walks around with an umbrella and meets up with Johnny and tells him she isn't down for the whole marriage thing, but she's very clear she's still down to fuck. They scope out the fortress and find it to be fortified to approach by land. So you know what that means. The other side is the ocean, and they have no boat, but the other kid, without the Game Gear this time, has a vision of surfboards.
Yeah, he's able to look at trees and see that they're made of wood.
Yeah.
Fucking genius.
Smart kid.
Solved it.
So, once again, is it the Game Gear or is it him? I don't know. Or did he just have an idea and it has nothing to do with television? So anyway, now you know that they're going to surf to the fortress.
So they're gonna have to pause for a few months so they can make like 300 surfboards. Yeah, and teach 300 people how to surf.
Yeah, so all of a sudden surfboards are there. Like there was no montage for that. But then Johnny gives a 3-second tutorial on surfing and surfs up, bro. Kwantsu dudes, everybody's going into the water. We get a couple scenes of everybody surfing perfectly, by the way. Everybody's got it down first try except for Rob. He wipes out, but ends up on the beach at the same time as everybody else. So
Tone Loc, he laments that the homies won't even talk to him after surfing, which is weird. It's a weird thing to say. I don't think those homies were were really his homies.
No. Seems like they'd be more supportive of whatever hobby he chose.
Yeah, I think if they were really his homies, they'd think that it's a good thing that he's learning new stuff, you know? He's bettering himself.
So now they're at the base of the fortress. There's ninjas training at the top of it. And they all start to grapple hook up to the fortress. Start throwing dynamite onto all the ninjas.
It's just cold-blooded, like...
Yeah, it's starting to get real.
These guys are just down there doing their jutsus, and they get murdered with dynamite.
Well, you know, it is a revolution. Or a coup, or whatever it is.
Yeah. I kept thinking about,
gotta crack some eggs.
I kept thinking about, like, what this movie would be like if Fred Decker had made it instead. Like...
Who?
The Monster Squad director.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might have been
just
better.
Be like a field of bloody corpses and body parts and stuff after this. He wouldn't care.
Well, once all the Kwantsus go down into the training area, Zach and Johnny are basically an army of two, while everybody else just waves flags around. They kick all the ass.
Well, we gotta demoralize them by waving our flags in their face.
Yeah. Tone Loc gets a stick in his hand and it breaks, and he channels his inner police brutality for a bit. And,
yes, that's another joke pending thing for me. Like, I was like, there's something here. My joke brain wasn't working, but yeah, I was like, oh, he's feeling the power.
Yep. Well, the princess knocks a guy down the Kill Bill stairs.
Yeah.
Colonel Chi emerges
with the same stairs in Ace Ventura 2.
Oh yeah, this is a shared universe.
Oh my god.
Kill Bill, Ace Ventura, and Surf Ninjas are all in the same universe. Just because they share a location. And Tone Loc.
Interesting if true.
Yeah. Colonel Chi emerges with Mac at gunpoint. He spots Johnny and takes a shot, but Zach dives in front of the bullet. He then reveals that he's the boy's uncle. Oh, so sad. So Johnny goes after Chi alone. He then throws that guy from the stairs from earlier, throws him back down the stairs again. Which is, I chuckled.
Sure.
Colonel Chi shows up in a Suzuki Samurai, which that's pretty meta.
He tries to M. Bison Eddie Reyes.
When I saw him in the little Jeep, I was like, holy shit, is that a samurai? And it was. A samurai driving a samurai. He wrecks,
but he gets water on his... enough credit.
He wrecks, but he gets water on his hand. He's freaking out, but then he yells out, I'm okay.
I'm wet. I'm okay.
I was like, why is Leslie Nielsen saying homegirls lines?
That's funny. He then approaches Johnny with a rifle, but the other kid makes his cyborg parts glitch with the Game Gear. He and Johnny fight, but the parts keep glitching, and he punches himself in the nuts. And...
I was like, did he rip off his own nuts?
Pretty much. Johnny pushes him with one finger into the water below, and game over. Literally, it said it on the Game Boy. Or the Game Gear, sorry. Don't sue me, Nintendo. So yeah, that's over with, and then we get that same toothless guy from earlier say, Patu-san.
He's still alive. He was an old toothless man before, and he's still an old toothless man.
He hits a gong. The ceremony to make Johnny king, and the ceremony to make Johnny king. The monk from the beginning of the show shows up and calls him a very funny man, in a voice that was not his own.
Yes, because it's funnier that way.
Yeah. Johnny needs to speak to the nation, but is too nervous because he's not prepared, just like earlier. Then the other kid yells Kwantsu dudes and basically like yelling lock her up at a MAGA rally because everybody got fired up.
Shit popped off.
Johnny dissolves the monarchy because it's the right thing to do. He then sees the guy from the stairs and tells him his side lost, so the guy throws himself down the stairs. Basically everything's going to be all happy in Kwantsu-san. Johnny doesn't want anything. He just wants to be on a stamp. Barbara Ann kicks off with the monk and the credits roll. Boom, we're done. I lasted more than 20 minutes. Fuck you, Chase.
It's like 20 minutes. All right, so who's ready to deep dive into the behind the scenes action in this movie?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
There's some wild shit in here.
Yes.
Nice.
So if you didn't know, Sega financed a lot of this movie.
No shit.
In the original script, it was actually a Game Boy, but then Sega came in and, took that over. And they actually developed the actual game that Adam plays on the Game Gear. That's an actual game made just for the movie.
Yeah, I did read that.
Yeah. Also, they said that where was it? The whole movie was shot in a scant 5 weeks. That doesn't show at all.
Wow.
Damn.
The movie was released early in Lubbock, Texas, to test its ability in regional markets.
Ooh.
There's no surfing in Lubbock.
If they get it in Lubbock, they'll get it anywhere. They did not get it in Lubbock.
No.
Where's another one? There was one with Tone Loc. Tone Loc got really sick from eating the food in Thailand, so he survived the entire shoot on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Smart.
So he must have been filming then while he was sick. If he only had a few weeks of filming.
Yeah.
It says that he would make between 5 and 10 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and just have them around, and that's what he ate.
Gotta protect your butthole, man.
That's right.
This one's wild, and I don't know if this is true or not. It says writer Dan Gordon was initially contracted to also direct the film. When he screen tested the original actor who was going to play Wendell, I don't even remember who Wendell was.
What? Who's Wendell?
I don't know. When he screen tested the original actor who was going to play Wendell, the character was written as a dumb surfer. Gordon at first wanted his son Yanni for the role, but the studio wanted a real actor. The head of New Line Cinema, Bob Shea, thought that the actor was so stupid that he fired Dan Gordon. And they have the transcribed interaction between them, where Bob Shea says, "That's the dumbest fucking kid I ever saw in my life," Shea exclaimed. "How could you cast him?" Gordon looked at Shea and said, "Bob, have you read the script?" Shea obviously haven't read the script, but he turned to Gordon and said, "You know what? Fuck you. You're fired."
That's loud.
Neil Israel was then brought in to direct. Again, interesting if true.
That sounds 100% true.
Why would they have a transcript of the interaction though?
I don't know.
Probably because he said, "Hey, somebody write this down. I'm about to go tell him how dumb this motherfucker is."
Get my secretary in here. Take the minutes.
It says that the actors will only get one take for the fight choreography because Neil Israel was far more into filming the comedy scenes.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I don't really get that.
And impressive for the other guys.
Yeah. So, and also, this movie was made as a vehicle for Ernie Reyes Jr.
Mm-hmm.
New Line Cinema thought that they saw potential in Ernie Reyes after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Okay.
Correct.
And because it opened to good numbers, so Ernie Reyes Jr. was given a 3-picture deal with New Line Cinema. This was the first. The deal was terminated after this movie.
Damn.
Oh, boy, that sucks.
That sucks. Sorry to that man.
I'm sure he bought tons of coke after that first movie and then nothing. That sucks.
I don't know if he's done anything since.
He's kind of got
headshot...
he's got a tragic story here lately, like real sick.
Yeah.
Well, he
fella.
went on to like.
Tell me what the tragedy is before I make fun of him, because I'm looking at his headshot here and I've got a joke ready.
Yeah, I think he's got some kind of illness. Don't make fun of him.
Oh, damn it. Okay,
He's given us so much, like a big part of my childhood is movies with him in it, even though there's two of them. I mean, Ninja Turtles and this, how many times did I watch it?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. Leave him alone!
But he went on to have a pretty good, like, career doing, like, action choreography, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, he's doing his thing.
I think he got sick and he's broke now, is what I understand.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
I got nothing against Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing to nobody.
Nope, except make this shitty movie.
All right, well, that's that. So, next up on the agenda, back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go ahead and go with what we originally were going to go with for the first episode before we got Neil-brained.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to watch the 1998 The Patriot. And you might be confused and you think that that Mel Gibson movie? No.
No, you stupid motherfucker.
No, you stupid bastard. We're watching The Patriot starring Steven Seagal.
Mm.
You know, that movie that everyone knows about? 4.1 on IMDb. Directed by Dean Semler? I'm not...
Question mark?
Question mark? He was apparently cinematographer on Dances with Wolves, The Road Warrior, and Apocalypto.
Oh, shit.
Damn, he's got some huge ties to Mel Gibson and did a movie called The Patriot.
Yeah, it seems like this is all just cinematography. Right? Director of photography or cinematographer. That's what he's done.
Right. But he did it with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Interesting.
if they made the Mel Gibson Patriot with Steven Seagal instead? He'd be wearing like that old-timey dress, but he'd still have those fucking sunglasses on.
Even better. Can you imagine if they made Dances with Wolves with Pauly Shore as the lead?
Yeah. So
You're telling me these British motherfuckers want to run this country? Want to kill my sons?
So the synopsis: a respected doctor must race against time to find a cure for a lethal virus unleashed by a paramilitary militia leader. So and Seagal's the doctor.
He's a doctor.
Oh my god!
So believable.
Jesus Christ!
Can't wait to see
this
him play
is
the doctor.
in the middle. This is in the thick of his post enlightenment phase. This is like 2 years after Glimmerman.
That's the good stuff.
So yeah, he's this is high Seagal here. Let's see, where's the tagline is every second counts.
That's it.
Where's my budget $25 million estimated. It's an hour and a half. I'm trying to find my tag words. That's the best part of these things. Oh, here we go. Okay. Tag words: virus, Montana,
Okay.
immunologist, Aikido, Native American, bioterrorism, Die Hard scenario, father-daughter relationship, one-man army, shot in the chest,
Ooh.
quarantine, flower.
All these tag words and plot of this, I want to see Steven Seagal star in the Anthony Fauci movie.
Wait, there's a huge block of just all of vehicles. Dodge motor vehicle, Dodge Ram, Chevrolet motor vehicle, Chevrolet Blazer, Ford motor vehicle, Ford car, Ford Bronco.
Ooh, there's a Bronco in it. Nice.
Somebody went nuts.
Everybody likes Broncos.
Independent film. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I am reading it's the first Steven Seagal film released direct to video.
Oh, this was the beginning of an era.
This is where it started. That's nice. It's like it's like an art lesson. Gather around, kids. Let me show you how to fuck up a career.
Oh yeah, there we go. Going back to the Seagal trough.
I'm excited. I'm gonna get my raspy voice ready.
He's got a big coat in this one too.
Big coat makes you look slimmer.
Fat guy in a fat guy coat. Fantastic.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Seagal movie it's always a good time.
Yeah, because it's like fat jokes abound, and it's always fun to do that.
He's not Fat Seagal yet, but we can pretend.
Doesn't matter. He'll always be Fat Seagal.
Well, he'll always be a shit for brains, which is
True.
the fun part for me.
And for any new listeners, here's your chance to go back and listen to other episodes where we've come up with a whole backstory of Seagal's personal life, which I'm sure will be mentioned multiple times in this upcoming show.
It's bound to happen.
Catch up now before the next episode.
Really, all you need to listen to is Glimmer Man.
I don't know. When did we come up with the whole, like, the Falcon and the yurt and...
That was over the course of all of
That
them.
was that bank robbery one, right? With the sentient fish and the farangs.
Whichever one that was, they all blend together at some point.
God damn, this guy... Sorry, I'm looking at the director's his cinematography credits.
He's done some stuff.
Super Mario Brothers, motherfucker.
When are we going to watch
Action
that?
Hero, City Slickers, Young Guns 2.
Damn.
I mean,
this poor bastard.
He's all over the place. I mean, like Nutty Professor 2, the clumps. Right after the Bone Collector.
Damn.
He did Thunderdome too. Did he do all the Mad Max?
I don't think he did. I mean, he didn't do Fury Road.
One. No, he did Road Warrior and Thunderdome.
That's good enough. Well, maybe we'll see a movie that looks really good.
Yeah.
But it's just shitty.
And Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
This poor guy. I think Seagal ruined this man.
This is crazy. He's all over the place.
Also, like all the new Netflix Sandler movies.
I'm going to have to do a deep dive and find out at what point his career started going down and if it correlates with when he did this Seagal movie.
No?
No?
No.
Because it seemed like, Dances with Wolves and all that stuff. I mean, that's big shit.
Yeah, well, he did, like... What do we got?
Look at his directing credits. He did, before The Patriot, he did Firestorm with Howie Long.
Jesus Christ. Howie Long didn't even like that movie.
He got a thanks credit in Mad Max Fury Road.
Ooh.
He did something.
Okay. Probably just for being a great guy,
He called Steven Seagal and told him not to show up at the filming of Fury Road, so they had to thank him. I think I could go down there and I can add to that production.
I can certainly go down there and be mad at that road.
Yes.
He gave him a fake address.
And they could call me Morbid Obesity Joe.
Well,
all right.
Exciting.
So there it is. Next time on Garbage Theater, The Patriot, Steven Seagal. It'll be a good time. Probably. We'll see you then.
Recording. Thank you for listening to Garbage Theater. As always, you can find us online
at facebook.com/Garbage Theater, on Twitter at Garbage_Theater, and on Instagram at Garbage_Theater. If you'd care to leave us a review on iTunes, we would very much appreciate it. And if you have a movie suggestion or just want to reach out to us, you can contact us on any of our social channels or email us directly at garbagetheaterpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest episodes and happenings. Good night, and see you next time, folks.